played that yesterday? I can't remember.
Was it NA?
I thought it was CIS, but now I don't remember.
I actually can't remember. They banned out the puck.
It was one of the CIS players, I'm pretty sure. Was it Iceberg? I feel like it might have been Iceberg. Yeah,
it was Iceberg. You're right. Yeah, you're 100% right. Classic sniper game. He dominated the lane, looked unstoppable for like 25 minutes, and then they killed him back-to-back in team fights. And then he bought a BKB, and it didn't do anything. They just killed him through the BKB because they had a troll. And then they lost after holding high ground for 50 minutes.
Well, we have seen the puck versus the OD quite a bit in the past like 4 or 5 months, where the puck player can make the outplay and generally do pretty good versus it. So that explains the ban. And there, indeed, he is the Centaur. So
great draft from Gambit. Again, very well-rounded, a lot of control, great saves with your Astral, your Winter Wyvern.
The Stampede's actually pretty good versus Disruptor. You think it wouldn't be because you're like, yeah, but then, you still get Glimpse or whatever. But sometimes you hit that Stampede when you're pulled right into the kinetic field and everyone just kind of gets out of it before it actually materializes.
And sometimes it can give you that moment to get into fog where Disruptor doesn't quite have the time to cast Glimpse. We've seen that before also.
It's just easy to play too. Like, you think about last game where Na'Vi just could not initiate. Like, Centaur just gives you initiation on all these heroes. These like Wyvern, Wraith King, OD, they just all get a movement speed boost to instantly cast their spell.
Yeah, even in your worst Centaur game where you get crippled and don't have a blink at a good timing, your ult's still global. You can just sit back and set everybody up. It's a great point. What does Na'Vi want, though? This is a tough mid-pick to call, Trent.
They need lane. They need to be able to like help push out waves. I think they're playing for the later game here.
The later
this goes,
would have
the
been
better
a great pick here. Too bad that they banned her out.
I don't think they can get away with an Alk on Dire side. The Viper is okay.
It's all right against Centaur. They grab Necro.
Okay, the ulti's pretty good against Centaur and Wraith King.
Is it good against Wraith King? I was thinking of Wraith King as one of those like sort of counters to Necro because he scythes him and then he just comes back to life. Like, he's one of the only heroes you can't just scythe for a clean kill right away.
I guess I'm thinking just in terms of he has so much HP though that it's just kind of like it's hard to chew through. So getting that big percentage-based kill is always nice. But obviously, yes, the reincarnation does make it a little frustrating. But sometimes you just got to finish the damn guy off, and he already got his ulti down once.
Definitely true,
and it can be good.
Yeah, it's great against Centaur.
Was still in, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Lena might have been the hero against Wyvern. Instantly stops Cold Embrace. They have a lot of catch though, which might have been why they were a bit worried about the Lena, and probably the same reason they didn't take the Pugna.
I like the idea of a hero like Lena against Wraith King, though, compared to Necro for that same argument. You kill him, Lena's got the LSA to stun him immediately. You can use Laguna for the first kill, and then she's still got a toolkit to set up that follow-up kill very easily. But Necro works. Thoughts about the Na'Vi draft? Do you think this is good enough to take us to a Game 3 here, bud?
Well, what's going to happen? Gambit are going to cut the wave again with the Centaur Warrunner. The Earth Spirit's going to be there. If Snako comes to try and contest the Centaur, then the two of them kill him while the Spectre is farming under the tower. So the Radiant lane, or the Dire safe lane doesn't feel too great. What about their off lane? Their off lane is a Doom and a Shadow Storm. That's pretty good heroes. However, you're up against a Wyvern and a Wraith King. The Wyvern can actually help chew through that Doom HP with the Arctic Burn. And they have stun. They can just walk right on that Shadow Shaman. We all know how slow he is.
And what about that mid matchup, Necro versus OD? I would assume it's OD favored.
Yeah, I would call it OD favor, but nothing too crazy.
All right. Just having the Earth Spirit mixed in there maybe could tip the scales a little bit.
Y'all know I ain't no mid player.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Yeah. Again, to me, it just feels like that Gambit draft is a little easier to execute, a little more well-rounded. They've got a little bit of everything, good lanes, good mid-game, great scalability. Definitely not an easy one for Na'Vi here, but they absolutely need it.
Oh yeah, and we forgot to mention this is Immersion's hero. I mean, they banned the Dark Willow, and then Immersion. This is what he's known for. You see that big old, what is that, platinum level or something?
Oh, is he a level 22? I think
21.
21.
Yeah.
You have any platinums yet, Trent?
No, I have not spammed this. I only have silvers.
My Dazzle is gold. I think Dazzle's my only gold.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I've been slowing down on the Dazzle play.
I only have my highest is Witch Doctor at 10. That's my highest one. My second highest is like 5. Oh no, I have a 6 on Tree Protector. My God, I haven't played Tree in so long. I must have spammed a lot of Tree when Dota Plus came out.
I feel like recently I've been enjoying just playing beefy characters like Undying, Spirit Breaker, Mars. Those are my big 3 that I've been queuing right now.
30 seconds to
That's a fun trio, I'll say.
And if those don't work, Crystal Maiden's my backup. CM is like my safe backup. I know what I'm doing. My win rate's pretty good. I can command.
I know what I'm doing, guys. I can press the aura button. All right.
Hey,
I'm skilling it up.
I've got a strategy, all right? I'm helping my team from afar. It's the perfect coaching hero. I just sit in the jungle. I support my lane. I tell my team what to do. We all win.
I just sit in the jungle. You know. That does sound like a Crystal Maiden player. Wow, you're right.
battle begins.
Oh, they're going to get
Bounty
both
battle?
these bounties.
Yeah, Dahak with the stun. Pretty nice.
3 for 1.
Gambit. Ayo.
Wow. Afterlife didn't even take the stomp. He actually took the retaliate. That's interesting. Because you'd think you'd want to go for the stomp. Like, you'd be pressured to take the stomp to guarantee the bounty run, right? But he's just like, you know, I'm just going to keep punching this disruptor and assume that I'm going to get it over him.
Well, that's the power of the Centaur. You can actually get away with that. Look at this trade here. Retaliate is such an obnoxious spell. Have you ever been on the disruptor side of this exchange? It feels pretty bad to throw right clicks and go, you know, that didn't really seem like a great trade.
You know, that's coming back at me, I feel like.
Back in my day, they called this Thorn's Aura.
This is quite the comical scene, though, to see them just walking back and forth at each other up here. Meanwhile, Chu is doing a wave pull here.
Yep, and they're trying to stop it as best they can. The roll forward does connect, and now the right clicks can't quite get the body blocks, but this is likely to be your first blood right here. Chu, in a world of trouble. They need 2 more. Oh, the uphill miss. It's still 2 more.
No.
Is he going to get away with this?
He's got to roll.
And he connects. Immersion with the platinum. First blood goes the way of Gambit.
Lesson is his last.
What you doing? Never gets old. Well, that'll still stack up the wave, though, and help push it out for Blizzy. We can also see they did not get the camp block off. So Blizzy has the Devour, did not get an ability, though, as he would have taken the initial Devour and is waiting for his second one for the ability. So he'll be looking for that Wild Wing Ripper. That's an alright creep.
Yeah, it sure is.
Well, look at this damage from the Arctic Burn, though, okay? So that's 1, 2, 3 hit. Oh, damn. Earth Spirit's going to ruin it. I just wanted to show off and flex how much damage Winter Wyvern does.
Yeah. The Wild Wing Ripper is surprisingly good on Doom. That 3 armor makes a big difference because he is 1 armor right now.
So FNG actually stacked the camp, and they're going to go for the pull. Blizzy's like, yeah, I need that. He can't get in there for the Devour. They're even going to stun him up, give him the creep wave damage. Because, oh, look at this. He pulled the 3 range creeps, and the 3 melee went forward. This is actually a good scenario, I think.
I wonder if he could do that again if he tried, or if there was a degree of luck there.
I can do it intentionally with the small camp. If you pull it in 19 seconds, you can just pull the range creep +1, actually. If you guys pull south at 19. Yeah, it's a nice little trick. It really helps.
I've done that a couple times sort of accidentally if you hit that perfect timing and the 2 just run by. But 3 range creeps like that, that's pretty nice. Shadow Shaman will come over and finish off one of them, but the deny. And speaking of denies, dude, Dahak is up to 11 right now.
Yeah, he's been slaying the CS battle when he plays this Wraith King.
Dude. Welling Blade, he knows his limits here.
So now, we were talking about how maybe the Centaur and the Earth Spirit will be playing together kind of up in that top lane, but that hasn't really happened. The Spectre's doing just fine. They didn't end up trying to cut or anything and play the 2 together. Instead, they're more focused on shutting down the Doom. I actually don't like this that much from Gambit because shutting down the Doom, in my eyes, is relatively pointless. And now the Earth Spirit's going to come up here.
Yeah, we talked yesterday. Doom's one of those heroes that feels like he'll be able to get farm no matter what happens. Any state of the game, he's still going to have Devour. He's going to have a recovery tool. We will see initiation up top onto Seneko. Immersion rolls in. Centaur looking for the stomp, but not going to be able to get there in time. Instead, they're just going to chase him down. Fairy Fire gets popped. That was Seneko's last item. Looking for the deny and the neutral. It's going to be a tough one, though. Still has a lot of HP, and they grab it. Kill goes the way of the Centaur.
It did cost him all his retaliate, though. I guess that's worth it, obviously, but he only used like 2 right clicks of it.
Well, that's okay.
Soul Ring already finished up for the Spectre. Drop for the Disruptor to bring that in. That's really nice. That's a lot of sustain now in Crystallize. Tons of mana.
Double damage.
Very quick at farming.
Sniped by Immersion. Missed the roll in, but nice little snag there to get it from the Necro. Magical doing okay in this mid matchup. However, huge denies on the OD. 18 and 12 compared to 19-3 on Necro. So Ninja definitely with an advantage.
Yeah, look at that XP lead. Ooh. And
sets up the roll in.
Spirit.
Now Magical in a little bit of trouble. Does have the Ghost Shroud, uses it, but can they still find this kill? Right clicks from Ninja, bringing him down low. TP in. They need one more. 17 HP. With that TP, they didn't want to commit for it, but Magical lives.
All right, Matt, that's one of those situations, though, where, like, you might as well have died. I guess the Shrine's up, so it's kind of okay. But that means they have no contest to the bottom bounties. However, Crystallize will get the 2 up top, though.
You think that's worth it for Ninja if he dives there, gets the kill, but then Shadow Shaman kills him under tower?
No. Then I think that would not be worth it.
The play is to back up and let the...
However, he is dead now.
Think so. Kinetic Field's going to connect. Great rotation from Seneko. Shackles are there, and they've got the damage. So, big time turnaround. Immersion, though, connects onto Seneko. Boulder forward. Heal from the Necro. They don't have the damage. FNG, however, does clip him. The sniper rifle from the high ground. That's an Arctic Burn.
I'm pretty sure he only got that kill because he took level 2 Arctic Burn. I wonder if he was holding that point. Because the added range, man, that was close. That was like max range on that right click.
A little bit of vengeance. Still a small net worth lead for Gambit, but another one of these very even laning phases. However, OD with a big advantage over this Necro still is level 6 now. Magical needs to be a little bit careful.
Jeez, he certainly isn't acting like it.
Yep. He does have infused raindrops. Maybe gave him a false sense of security, but now the Ghost Shroud countered by the Astral. He's just dead.
He just walked. I guess he didn't think the Wyvern was still there. They do have a sentry down in the river, so if he gets back, he can kill that Radiant Observer that was left by FNG. Oh, a haste room.
Cold wings carry me.
Oh, he might be scheduled on that warding mission, though. He runs into Chew now.
Top, Centaur gets repelled.
Blizzy,
now TP
Blizzy's
down bottom onto Blizzy. Absolutely. Dahak starting things off. The follow-up from Immersion.
Yeah,
and his Doom is done for.
He's like, can we get a second? I'm slowing him, guys. Give him the body blocks. Oh, he's trying to do the pull. He's pulling the creeps over for the Splinter Blast. FNG's trying to make plays, but he actually just gets a stack anyway.
He just stacked it. I was going to say, I don't know which it was for, but either way, FNG doing 2 things at once. Pretty clutch.
And the kill goes to Dahak, which, of course, will speed up his burn and build.
I mean, this is incredible. Look at the CS. Wraith King is #1. Only 1 up onto the Spectre, but a lot of denies, and these kills giving him that little boost to be #1 on net worth. Now level 6 also against this level 4 Doom. He's gone for the Ice Armor. Uh-oh. Roll in onto Magical again. TP reaction. It's going to be the Raptor to try and save him. Is it actually going to work, though? They've got another rotation from Chew. Banished from OD. They still want Magical, chewing away those infused raindrop charges.
Dude,
but not
still
a kill.
level.
Yeah.
Good God. I hope this hero fits your game plan, because he didn't fit the lane.
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of it comes down to the fact that you have this Earth Spirit, though, right? Like, OD, Earth Spirit, such a good combo. It's pretty much a bread and butter thing at this point.
Yep.
Top lane, they're moving
Centaur, level 3 Shadow Shaman, does have some shackles, sets it up, and I think they'll have the damage. Crystallizes like, guys, that retaliate actually hurts. I'm a little scared.
Oh, if he had Wand, he might have lived. Or, like, Stick, even. But, of course, that would have cost him other things in the lane. You know how it goes.
Yeah, always an opportunity cost, but still a pretty scary gank if you're Na'Vi. It's a 1-on-3. They're all trying to bring down this Centaur. Like, guys, this is a little harder than I thought it would be. This guy, if he had one friend here, this would have been a complete disaster. And Centaur's also farming really well.
I think they might be waiting for him to TP to the shrine and smoke. Oh, actually, they're just going to smoke. Oh, there's a ward. FNG's got it, though.
Also like this build from the Centaur, going for the casual Hood of Defiance. Probably a pipe eventually, but just a great value item on the Centaur.
Supports smoking mid for the Dire, but smoking top onto the Spectre at the same time. I'll watch
jumps
mid
first. Okay.
They're on mid.
Oh, they're going in on the OD. We're watching it here. Spectre pops the ult, and this is where they want this kill to happen. Reaper's Scythe does not find the kill, and actually an Astral will buy him some time as now Dahak makes the rotation. Ninja hits his ultimate off before going down and sets up the kill onto Crystallize. Ninja dies first, but that's a pretty big backfire for Na'Vi, and they might lose more. Immersion on the low ground looking for Seneko, and won't be able to find it. You lose your mid, but you pick up their position 1.
Yeah, it ends up being a gold gain still for the OD of about 175, and the Shaman's the one who profits on the Dire side. He gets almost 300 gold.
And the Spectre loses. I think I would call that a win for Gambit.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with it being a Spectre.
And Dahak also made a rotation. Oh, Immersion, he rolls in and actually snags the bounty. It is going to cost him his life, but he got what he came for and secures his team 3 bounties.
Man, Gambit have been all over the bounties this series.
Look at that tread. He's got the Tome of Knowledge too. Now the Earth Spirit's level 4. This guy.
But was that after he used the Tome?
Yes, he just used the Tome. So he was pretty low level.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's a life sometimes. You're roaming around. Even kills just don't give a lot of experience. I mean, what they've been doing a lot of time, though, is that they use the Wraith King to like give that space in the lane. Or, you know, one of the benefits of like that Troll Warlord where you try and get that support on the lane early while the hero jungles.
Exactly. I like how they do this. OD getting some time in the jungle, and Earth Spirit just holding the lane, getting some much-needed experience now. Quarter of the way through level 5, and they know the Necro Scythe is on cooldown, so not a big threat or anything. Can feel pretty safe just sitting in mid. Gambit with a 2k net worth lead. All 3 of their cores on the top of the charts. Scary times for Na'Vi, down 0-1 in this elimination best of 3.
Spectre, as you can see, is just throwing out daggers. Like, Soul Ring, throw a dagger, and has to be worried about this Stampede all the time.
I'm worried about his ability to get this Radiance. He's got 300 gold towards the Relic right now, and this is about the time where Gambit is going to start to get a lot more aggressive. We'll see the setup here as Centaur goes in. Might not be a kill, but a lot of damage onto the Spectre. Seneko also rotating over. Splinter Blast doing some decent work.
300 gold towards Relic versus the 3,000 on the Wraith King.
Now they're going to get a pick on FNG, so that'll help the bottom line there of Crystallize. It's about 700.
I'm surprised Afterlife didn't go in. Honestly.
Me too.
Has the Stampede. Must have been thinking about it.
It's been pretty conservative with the Stampede this game.
Smoked up mid. They're bringing in the Centaur.
Roll forward. A little bit up the mark. They do connect on the Necro.
Nice
Shadow
silence.
Shaman. Also nearby. Drops the wards. Will surround the Centaur as he gets decapitated. Immersion on the run after dropping the Magnetize. Big rotations out of Gambit. OD back in the fray, trying to go blow for blow with Chu, and he will get the kill there as they chase down FNG behind the tower. A really chaotic fight, but it's Na'Vi that find the advantage. Immersion back in the fray after a buyback. Now a stun on the Crystallize. They want this kill on the Necro. Dahak needs to be careful. Does not have Reincarnation. Stuck inside the Static Storm kinetic field, and he's down. A double for Seneko. Perfectly placed. A dieback onto the Earth Spirit, and now Na'Vi take the lead.
He had 135 mana. He was so close. And he tried going in treads. He popped his one, but it wasn't enough. And he must have lost 100 gold, did he? How about 200? That's not a big deal, I guess.
Not that much.
And he is actually so rich.
Well, he's definitely a misstep here for Gambit. Levels out the game. Gives Na'Vi something to work with.
What are the levels looking like? Are they recovered there at all? 8, 8, 6, 7, 10 on the Doom. Doom's really the only one up there, but like 11, 10 for the OD and the Wraith King. They're pretty far up.
Yeah. Ports with a slight advantage after that fight, but this Necro is the real problem right now. Magical so broke. Something on the Courier, perhaps. And, okay, that's a mech on the way. So not nearly as bad as I thought.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. To say, wow, he's really got nothing. Brown Boots, full mech. Still, Necro, kind of middle of the pack. Not ideal.
It feels... I don't know. I'm not sure with the Necro. does for their game plan.
Me neither. Kills Centaur real well.
I guess he kind of plays in the middle of the fights along with the Spectre, but they're going to smoke up these two supports. They certainly need the Doom, I think, for a kill. I don't think these guys do much on their own. Okay, they're going to play with the Necros instead, so they're looking for the Scythe kill. Shaman should probably lead here. All right.
Already a TP in from Immersion, though. They actually wanted to set up on the Magical. Static Storm Kinetic Field comes out on Appa Ninja, but they've got a great Winter's Curse onto the Necrophos. That breaks up this whole fight as now Blizzy joins the party. FNG might be the straggler that gets left behind, trying to find a path in the trees as they dive pretty deep, but there's the Stampede. Used defensive. Earth Spirit goes walking on in. Reaper's Scythe does not finish the kill.
That astral damage, though.
But he does end up going down. It's a 1-for-1. They get FNG, but there still could be more. Rasta Ward's deployed. OD ult gets Seneko. Centaur trying to finish off Chu. Force staff forward, finds it.
Nice force staff from the OD. And now he's going for that bounty rune. Gonna beat Crystallize there. But he's
Doom. And I think this should be a kill on the Centaur. Maybe they can hope for a deny here. Defensive Astral will mitigate some of the damage.
Risky play.
Blizzy and Crystallize going in pretty deep. They're going to pop the Haunt for this. They want these cores, but the Astral's enough to save the Centaur. And now Blizzy and Crystallize have bit off more than they can chew. They've written that check. Their ass can't cash as the Spectre gets put 6 feet under. And now Blizzy comes out of the Astral to face certain doom. 4-on-1, and the Doombringer will be sent to the underworld. He does get a kill before he falls. That's a little bit of a misplay there from the Centaur, but it's a big streak ended, and that goal does go the way of Dahak.
Damn, that was pretty sick, though. Kiting through the trees, even with the Haunt. Able to get out on that one. Very well played. And that's a Radiance. Now finished for Dahak. 16 minutes in.
And Spectre is 1,500 gold towards the Relic. A very big disparity.
Yeah, just a little. Anyone going to get that top bounty, though?
Radiant structures are fortified.
We will see.
Radiant's
Lots of vision
tower
dropped down
is
during
under
all of that,
attack.
though, from Seneko. Or maybe it was Chu, actually, who was plopping it down, but... Oh, Centaur just got glimpsed in me.
Dire's
Whoops.
top tower is under attack.
Classic.
Dire's
Send him on back.
structures are fortified.
OD has Kaya coming up next.
Is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
That tier 1 goes down, uncontested to the Wraith King.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Halfway to the Blink Dagger already.
Radiant are scanning.
More pressure onto the
Dire's
tier
top
2.
tower is under attack.
Crystallize, the only one to react so far. And they'll just back it up. Let the siege creep go in with all these skeletons. See how much damage they get done here. Dare I say, those skeletons are ridiculous.
I mean, they got buffed a lot. Like, they just kind of... They were there, and they were kind of a joke, and they just kept getting buffed and buffed and buffed.
Well, they're not a joke anymore. They just did 2/3 of that tower with nothing but skeletons and a siege creep. Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle, Na'Vi are grouped up, maybe looking to make a play.
Dire's middle tower
But
Na'Vi
Gambit
have
rotated.
They have a brief window here to finish this Radiance because we're waiting for Dahak's Blink Dagger. I mean, they are going to smoke up actually before it because I'm sure they sense just how ridiculously strong they are at the moment. But there is at least a little window where he's going to have some breathing room. Seneco's about to tag the gank here.
Well, better disruptor than somebody else, I suppose. Static Storm Kinetic Field used. And no setup. There was a TP mid, but it gets canceled.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They'll just continue to siege. Gambit so good at fighting around these item timings. You see every game they do this with Dahak, or as soon as that Radiance comes out, they don't rest on their laurels. They take objectives as soon as it makes sense.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah, that window wasn't very large, was it?
No. Spectre still 800 gold to farm.
At least they almost have Greaves. 600 gold away. Might be enough to help them in some of these engagements, but yeah, it's tough. I don't see a great solution here. I think FNG is going to probably get himself an Aether Lens relatively soon too, so he'll be able to lurk pretty far back in these fights. They have 3 great beefy boys. This is a great game to be a Wyvern player because there's so many people that are just taking all the attention in the fight that you are just way in the back, and Now the one upside is that they do have the Spectre, so that can help like focus on to the Winter Wyverns. So I have to be a little bit careful about your positioning, that you're like not too far away from all your allies, so they might be able to help you. But overall, you know, I would like to be a Wyvern here.
I'm with you. You've got a great front line. No doubt. Wraith King, level 14, second point in the ultimate. Chu gonna get caught. I don't know who catches who here. The Dire have a lot of reinforcements on the way. But they just dropped the hammer to finish off Chu, and now Magical's on the run. Dahak could be in trouble here. Needs to make sure he has mana. Pops the stick charges, so he will be good if he goes down. Now the Stampede to charge in forward. Drops the Wraithfire Blast onto the Doom. Dahak not upset if he goes down here, so it'll make it even harder for Blizzy to survive. Blinks forward. Finishes off the Doom. Gets the stun on Seneko, and Na'Vi just getting chased down.
Give him the crits.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Gambit just thinking a step ahead.
Well, I mean, they got the Spectre of the lane, I have to say. Oh, well, there we go. Nice grab. Again, Immersion. He keeps getting picked off on this bounty. The same one. She will be able to grab the other one, so that's a nice grab for them. And it is a 6k lead, but the Spectre is like, they actually get the lane pretty surprisingly well. Maybe it was only like the first 5 or 6 minutes where it was like totally even, and they tended to rotate a few more heroes. Like, it felt like Crystallize got the really early Soul Ring, but once they brought the Earth Spirit up around the 6-minute mark, then he was kind of forced off the wave and just had to keep throwing out daggers. And he never really found a rotation to the jungle. I feel like Crystallize just kind of kept staying on these lanes, but wasn't really the fastest farm speed. Didn't find any good fights either, so it's been a difficult game. But we all know Spectre has a very big spike when she does finish that Radiance.
Very close now. Just a little bit off that recipe. This next fight is going to be really big. If Gambit wins, this lead is going to feel pretty close to insurmountable. If Na'Vi can take this next team fight, we've got a real game on our hands. The Greaves, like you mentioned, now complete on the Necro. They just need to find a way to start these fights. Feels like Na'Vi need to play around this Doom.
Yeah,
Blizzy does have a blink queued up, but like we haven't seen like a really good Doom initiation yet.
No, it's true. The Lincoln's the obvious choice for Afternoon. I like it. I think he is the prime target without question. Of course, we all know that you don't really want to Doom a Wraith King, so it makes sense that the OD will be the one that you opt for. And once he has that Lincoln's, it'll be much harder for Blizzy to get that off. FNG has just parked himself in this bottom lane as he chips his way towards the Glimmer Cape, and not very far off now. And we all know that Necrophos hates Glimmer Cape. Very good versus the hero.
Yes. God, I remember that item was introduced. That was what everyone called it.
Yeah.
The hard Necro counter. Necro's dead while this item's in the game. Bit of an overreaction, but
I mean, well, wasn't it like, and then Spirit Vessel was either the same patch or right after, so everyone's like, man, Necrophos is so screwed.
Yeah. Doom now down bottom. They'll drop a Magnetize, and they do drop the net or the Spectre ult for this. Don't know if he's going to actually reality in. He does. Winter's Curse right away after Blizzy dies. Kind of peculiar.
All right, listen here, chat. I see y'all flame the shit out of me for flaming Na'Vi. Just please rewatch that 3 or 4 times, okay?
Now, they do get the kill on FNJ.
All right.
He kind of intercepts that rotation, but so maybe that was it. They were on their way down. FNJ breaks it up. They settle for that kill, and then Crystallize gets left holding all the cards. Maybe that was the problem, because the OD did get off a defensive Astral, I saw on the minimap. So he bought himself 4 seconds as the team was trying to rotate to the Spectre.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of those moments where it's like, you know, desperate times, desperate measures sort of deal, but goodness.
All I'm saying is it might have just been a god tier play from the OD.
Well,
more so then.
I don't know. I looked at the minimap. They were pretty far away.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. They weren't that close. They were kind of at like the river, maybe at the Bounty Rune when Crystallize committed. I guess his haunt was about to expire, so if he wanted to do it, it was there. It was now or never. Still, quite awkward and an obvious victory for Gambit.
I mean, I didn't see it. You know what? I wonder if he tried to haunt onto the OD and the OD killed the haunt. And then he like clicked at the same moment.
You know, that is possible. Because if you click on the mini-map with reality, it just goes to the closest one. So if it dies very suddenly, that's a great point.
He might get skipped down to the Wyvern. Although to be fair, that wyvern was also a little isolated, so I don't know. We'd have to replay the film.
Yeah, I mean there were 2 fights at once, so it's hard to catch all that action at the same time.
Anyway.
Definitely a misfire. That's the TLDR, and a Mjolnir up on Wraith King. So while we were talking about all that, Dahak found a little more farm, and now he's going to
Centaur
find
bought
himself
an Aegis, dude. Like, let's go. Afterlife Agnums. No Blink Dagger. I love this.
Pipe Ags. That's pretty cool.
That's so much damage reduction.
So 40 damage reduction, still 100-second cooldown, but now they can run up cliffs and stuff. That's also kind of neat.
Dire's middle tower
Makes for fun initiations.
Good when you're sieging base.
That too, yeah. Necro also picked up a Yules. Now smoke from Na'Vi. Blink Dagger on Doom, maybe looking to finally catch an initiation with Blizzy.
Radiant are scanning.
At least they can actually kill a Centaur with the Scythe. Although it looks like Afterlife might know, but oh no, he's just coming for the boundary run. All right, here we go. Nice setup here from Na'Vi. Are they going in? No, they're just gonna... They're saying not the target, not the guy we want. Probably correct. All right. Oh, they all go top. Dahak. He's under this ward.
They'll find him with the kinetic field. Doom available. They're going to hold it until that next ult, but he's got teammates nearby. I don't know about this.
Oh, good pass.
Great Winter's Curse. And now the ultimate from Spectre. Immersion getting low, but Gambit just completely turned it around. Chu gets destroyed. The Magnetize doing a lot of damage as Gambit retreats. Still in the fray is Dahak, and they kind of leave him high and dry. They're out of cooldowns, and Na'Vi will actually take a decent fight. FNG left behind. They should be able to finish this off, and they will.
Na'Vi. They're doing it. Get the
They really are
going.
Wraith
A couple
King
really nice plays there. A bit ambitious.
80.
Yeah, he was farming really deep for the Wraith King, so he kind of had the right read that they were all down ganking the rune, so that's probably why he was farming there. But then this ward, scouting up that he was still in the camp, and since it's nighttime, they're all just TPing into the shrine, and he has no idea. So, and then the nice play, like, FNG, of course, is trying to save his carry, so he flies over the cliff, gets a good Winter's Curse off, but the Wraith King had just died, so the reincarnation kind of cancels out the Winter's Curse, and then there was going to be a follow-up to the Winter's Curse of like a 3 or 4 man silence and slow there from the Earth Spirit, but then there was a really good hex from Chu that stopped the follow-up from the Earth Spirit. Had he gotten the follow-up, I think Gambit wins that fight. Yeah. But Chu got in there in the clutch.
Absolutely. It looked like a really good magnetized setup at first. That Necro did a lot of damage that fight also, nearly 3,000. Actually showing some signs of recovery. Lincoln Sphere, the choice for the OD. So 4-staff Lincoln's Kaya, a pretty defensive kit, all things considered.
Probably still want to beat KB next, honestly.
I think so.
He just needs the Lincolns for the Doom.
Radiant's top tower.
Dude, Na'Vi, I don't know. Yeah, it's Spectre lineups. These games happen.
Smoke rotation though. Ninja goes in
commit?
first. Astral to start things off.
They're ditching him.
Yeah, they use the Stampede as well.
And there goes your momentum.
Gambit very good at doing that. You think they're down, and then they just strike back right away.
They need a tower off this or something, though. They got to push out this mid wave. I think that should be priority number 1 right now. Because you have the Aegis for another minute and a half. And so Wraith King will grab the wave top. He actually throws a Mjolnir on it, but the 2 supports are still sticking around there. They see the ward vision up ahead, so they know. And now Gambit comes back with Dahak, but they can just easily keep playing around that ward. So I like this. Just base rush the mid lane.
Try to force something on your terms. First game, we're seeing this Wraith King really put the reincarnation to work. Now level 20. Extra skeletons, not worried about mana cost.
Oh, okay. He's going to try and grab all of these and go for the mid tier 3, I think. Maybe that's a bit too risky. I mean, they still have the Aegis, though. For another minute. They have time. So many skeletons. Do they want to stick around with them?
It's insane how fast they kill structures like that. But you already see Na'Vi stationed on the high ground. Skellies come charging in. They'll get cleaned up. The Suicide Warriors.
Look at that value, 35 or 25 damage on the tower. Oh no, there we go. There's some more.
They did
35 damage though. Yeah, and then they get some more with the respawn. Very nice.
Man, this Centaur build though, refresher before Blink Dagger. 8 seconds of team-wide 40% damage reduction. Pretty good.
I wonder if he might just buy the blink if he is going to die, though.
Definitely possible.
Might be one of those games.
He's queuing up a lot of stuff now. He's even clicking a BKB after. Speaking of which, did OD decide the same? Yeah, he did. I agree with that.
Dire are scanning.
Doom also. Everybody looking for BKBs now. And the Shadow Shaman. How does the 15 minutes from now look in terms of carry matchup? Wraith King versus Spectre. Doesn't Wraith King kind of hit a wall at a certain point?
I would say yes compared to a Spectre. Like, Spectre is one of those, dispersion is just the craziest thing ever. So, by the way, we have a fight right now.
Yep, initiation onto the Necro. Dahak blinks in to start things off. Yule Scepter gets rid of the silence. On the backside, though, there's the Shackle onto the Centaur. Static Storm Kinetic Field stopping the Stampede from coming out. Reaper's Sight not going to be there. And now the damage mitigation with the Radiant are not winning this fight, at least not yet. Dahak still has the Reincarnation, and he's playing very aggressive, trying to finish off Blizzy, but can't get it. Doom is going to live. On the front side, Shadow Shaman in pretty deep. He'll be intercepted. Dahak does finally finish off the Doom, and somehow Gambit survived long enough to turn this one around. Now with 3 dead on Na'Vi, they want this Spectre. Crystallize gets left behind as his Necro TP's home. He does have a TP scroll, but going to be hard to use here.
This guy doesn't have buyback.
He's stunned up, and he is dead. Triple kill for Dahak. Gambit with the patience to win the fight.
And the bounty runes will be theirs. The spoils of that fight. Yeah, the damage just kind of hit a wall there, it felt like, too. And the Doom, I mean, he pump faked the Doom once, and he got stomped by the Centaur, and then he just got the Wraith King on top of him. And he's like, well, I can't just Doom Dahak. There's no point. And so Dahak just walks at him, and then the Wraith King dies first, but then he blinks out of the Reincarnation. There was nothing to stop it, and he just blinks right on top of the Doom. And Blizzy's just like, well, now what do I do? Yeah. They got a catapult as well. The respawn was only 54 seconds for the Spectre. I thought it was going to be longer, but I guess we're still relatively early in this game, so it's not going to end up mattering the lack of a buyback.
But still some big damage. 11k net worth now. Gambit taking over map control. Farm disparity between the Wraith King and the Spectre is getting absolutely nuts. Spectre struggling to finish off the Manta style. Once a Heart of Tarask. Still needs that orb, though. And you look over at this Wraith King. Yep, that's a fresh BKB. And he's going to get Nullifier next. Already 1,800 gold. I like this Nullifier choice. Very interesting.
Yeah, versus the Necrophos, too. Just to make sure that if he goes for, Ghost Shroud or something, he can just finish him off.
Doesn't worry about the Yules. It's a good call.
And it does counteract Greaves, right? That's a...
Yeah, he won't be able to pop the Greaves to take off the Nullifier debuff.
Right, yeah, that's the one item that can't be dispelled. So that's kind of cool. We've been talking a lot about how good Greaves are. I think yesterday you might have said Greaves are the best item in the game right now.
I think they still are. Yeah,
but sure. Definitely makes a case for Nullifier to come back in vogue a little bit. If you really feel like that's the key item, Nullifier is your shutdown. Here we go, jump in. He does break the Lincolns, manages to get off the Doom, but the BKB was used first for OD.
Yeah, that was nice. Just instant reaction to the glimpse being used to pop his Lincolns. He hits the BKB.
He lived too easily. The old turnaround. That right there, I feel like, is a perfect microcosm for the state of this game for Na'Vi.
Oh, immersion! He did the play! Oh, I've seen that one before. That's a good one,
counteracts the glimpse.
Dude, that works versus Faceless Void, too. Yeah, give him the tip. Oh, this guy knows his Earth Spirit. Ooh, that was nice.
It's a pretty small window to hit to do that as well.
Yeah.
I don't think it's easy.
No.
Well, now 2 dead, no buyback on the Disruptor. This very well could be the high ground siege that starts to close out this game. Glyph used right away. Cold Embrace to buy him some time on the push. Necro stunned up by Dahak. And now this tower will take a lot of damage. They've already used the Greaves. Spectre does not have an ultimate for another 60, and I think Necro is in big trouble. They've got the damage ult from OD to make sure he doesn't get away. Now Blizzy stunned up, forced to BKB to live, but he'll be relegated back to the well. And on the other side, Crystallize pops out of the Astral. Good use of the Manta. That'll be the Reincarnation. Tier 3 tower has gone down, but the Hawk is back. It's only a 40-second cooldown.
Yeah, this is peak Wraith King,
Yep.
25 is okay, but it's mostly like right after level 20, that's when the hero just feels super strong and he starts falling off essentially after that.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to do. Ride that Wraith King momentum. Even though Spectre is the harder carry in the late game, there's such a disparity that it just doesn't matter.
She ain't there yet.
Not even close.
Oh, and look who's up in a couple seconds. Will they waltz on in on their way home?
Seneko maybe looking for a glimpse
Dahak's
play.
about to walk right in. It just spawned.
Oh, they might have to take a fight first. They pull the Centaur back, but the Hawk goes back in. Reincarnation's there. BKB used. Chu just gets destroyed. Centaur is not the target they wanted to commit for. No BKB for Blizzy. Doom has no option, and he will fall. Now Seneko on the run. He's going to get clipped. I don't think he's going to be able to survive. And on the other side, Crystallize did get isolated by that Astral Imprisonment. Now they're going to stun him up. They're going to lock him down, and Crystallize is down. 4 heroes in the grave. And again, Gambit say, forget about Roshan. We can cripple this game. And they might just go all in and end it here.
Oh, it's over. Yeah, they know.
Couple of buybacks
just in a
used.
walk.
But Spectre does not have any. Glimmer Cape, they're going to be a little more cautious here. Maybe Gambit thinking, okay, let's not get too cocky.
Wow. I mean, I guess it is single elimination, but I mean, they know, right? Like, I guess you don't have the OD ult. This is probably an Aphonin call. Like, guys, I just don't want to fight without ulti. I know you guys have everything.
And no BKB either. Dahak's BKB is still on cooldown. Let's play it safe. Nullifier's now out. And also Refresher on Centaur is back in the well. So that's going to be a double stampede for this final engagement.
The finisher.
Has fallen.
All right, does Dahak get the Aegis or the cheese, or does he just get neither?
Probably neither.
He gets either.
I think neither. I think he gave Aegis to OD and probably cheese to Centaur. He's going to start having mana issues with the Refresher.
Yeah, that was my guess as well.
And it also seems like the Na'Vi squad knows the power of the Centaur, and they've really been trying to kill him first in these fights. The problem is it's very all-in. If you burn stuff and don't kill the Centaur and then he stampedes, it's a full fight reset. You just burned everything to kill the one guy you're not going to be able to kill now. And it's the same thing with
holding that cheese. Afterlife segment, buddy? Huh? Friendo? Come on, Dahak. Be a pal.
The Refresher's 375, Stampede's only 150, so he does have plenty of it.
But, you know.
Especially since Double Edge doesn't cost mana anymore, that helps. Refresher
Earth Spirit's
Orb.
still taking the 150 GPM, playing it super safe.
This guy.
Gotta get that 300 gold for as long as this game will last.
Dire's top tower.
No glyph for the Dire, so they can just run up to the high ground. Necro gets stunned up, nullified to start this fight off, and Necro just might be dead like that. See you later, Magical. No buyback. Not the way they wanted this fight to start. Chu also gets obliterated, getting a lot of lag here, but Crystallize has nowhere to go. Static Storm Kinetic Field will not be enough. 3 dead, no buyback. GG gets called. Trent, you're right. That 150 GPM, not going to do much. Gambit close it out, 37-17. Na'Vi not looking so hot in this